Welcome to Wine Vault TV, New Zealand's most passionate wine programme, and here we are tonight after having tasted a little cheeky Chablis that I did a little Wine Vault TV on earlier, and then there's we got the Domaine Gros Frere Soeur Vosne Romanee 2000, which was absolutely stunning. We're just talking about it kind of like, it's almost like a Bakewell tart with a piece of leather kind of put right through the middle of it. So you got a bit of kind of almond and biscuit and kind of other shortbread kind of characters, and then you had this layer of leather, and then you had the kind of the cherry aspect to it. Now we've moved on to Mt Difficulty 2008 current release, so they must think it's pretty good to drink now. One of the things I did notice on it was, and I was saying to Garrick, who's holding the camera right now, is I really like the aromatics, and that's why we've decided to do this really kind of off the cuff. Garrick is going, right now, do we really want to do this? I'm saying, yeah, let's do it. One of the things I really like, I think the nose, if this was poured to me now, I think it's Old World. I think it's got a really kind of gamey, almost a kind of hint of kind of venison kind of character there, but with obviously some bright New World fruit. But immediately I thought kind of Old World. Really love the aromatics. What about you, Garrett? Be honest.
I thought it was too bright. I thought the fruit was too full and present, and the aromatics kind of too sort of the gaminess was too full for me. It didn't feel softened off at all.
The only problem is, as soon as I drink this, there's a bucket load of heat. It's like being in an old locomotive where they've just shoveled the coal into the tender, and you get all this bloody heat come out, and it's sweet. And it's really quite sweet. You do get some nice fruit, and you get some really good acid that comes from it. You get a little bit of fine kind of chalky tannin right on the sides there. But then it just lacks another dimension. This is 2D, Avatar kind of 3D, as opposed to kind of, this is Avatar kind of 2D on TV right now. It just lacks something. After you've seen 3D Avatar, you go, okay, that's the future of television and filmmaking and everything like that. Then you come back to this and you go and watch this and you go, okay, that's alright. Yeah, okay, if I can't afford a 3D TV, then I'll just accept this. And that's what this is like. This is kind of like Mt Difficulty, kind of Robin Dicey is kind of like the viticulturist. Also for another name that I should mention, Misha's Vineyard, and Matt Dicey, the winemaker. 14% alcohol, and I really feel that kind of thing coming through, that alcohol coming through. Slightly disappointing, but it is relative. I mean, this is kind of $40, and the other wine that we had earlier was kind of $120. For New Zealand, and I guess that Mt Difficulty is the flagship of New Zealand Pinot right now, and
within New Zealand.
I would expect a lot more for my money. For $40, I think they're a better Marlborough, certainly better Martinborough, better Whiteborough, better Central Otago wines on the market for $40 right now. What do you say?
I agree.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, wines for one thing that aren't sweet. You know?
Yeah. What would you rate it out of 100?
Oh, I'm generally not convinced by it. A gamey nose is kind of an interesting thing to have, but I mean, it doesn't have a great deal else, and
If only you could see his face right now. It's got a bit of a kind of frown going on. He's really not enjoying it. And I'm not used to having a cameraman either. It's usually just me just holding the flip. So
I guess you're talking Parker ratings. Are you talking?
Yeah. Over 100.
Oh,
You can do whatever rating you want.
85 or something.
85
or something. Yeah.
For one, you
I'm generally into a gamey funky nose.
Yeah.
But somehow
I think that offered that to me.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
it did. But then what? But what did it offer when you tasted it? So it sort of, for me, is, I don't know, something's just not there. The wine has an ability to engineer every possible desirable taste in it generally, and the fact that it engineered a nice funky nose doesn't really do it for me.
It does feel a bit made up, and
feels a bit made up.
I would call this a Revlon wine.
Revlon.
Yeah.
Right. Superficial.
Superficial makeup.
Yeah.
It's just a bit too synthetic.
And the funky nose itself is full. It's too full. It's a little bit too full. It's a little bit lacking in moderation.
I'm going to be probably a bit more harsh on it. I actually preferred the Roaring Meg. Despite it, I thought it had a bit more kind of balance, a bit more acid, a bit more fruit, a bit more kind of interest going on to this. And I actually really, really didn't like the two single vineyard Pipe Clay and Longale. I thought,
why not?
I've already done an episode on it.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Bit green, bit harsh. Not sure whether they go the distance. Kind of $75-80, $40, and you've got $26 for Roaring Meg. I think Roaring Meg's a much better value, to be honest. I'd rather drink that. So it's a bit disappointing that kind of we're charging that for Central Otago Pinot as our benchmark, when really we should be. I mean, there's so many better other wines out there right now. This is not a character assassination on Mt Difficulty, but I think that Roaring Meg, to me, I think it's better wine. Probably poorer quality fruit, but probably more expressive of its terroir. Anyway, I'd just like to thank Garrick, the guy behind the camera. You can't see him, but I can. And also a whole lot, like David McGregor and a whole lot of other people, you know you are, for tuning in and being really supportive. And Chris McDonald today from Saatchi & Saatchi that I kind of met, and also Jean Paulo from Giapo, and Hamish Coleman Ross for being really good kind of supports and advocates for Winebox TV. Thanks very much. Anyway, I'll see you on the next episode.